Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Sponsor Test Studio sent out these Cybertruck crossbars. You can install them across the bed in the back or over the roof glass. And I've been waiting on these for quite a while. Excited to get them. And so let's just take a look at them, get them installed, and see what we think about them. So as you can see, they come very well packaged. And looks like we got the part of the metal here. Now these are just like the Tesla OEM crossbars. They collapse so to make it easier, I guess, to store them like in your bed, or if you want to store them somewhere, and then they will expand to fit the entire width of the truck. Now I'll tell you right off the bat, these things are made out of really high quality metal, aluminum, and it's got a really good durable looking finish on it. Really impressed with this build quality. And that's just one piece. Looks like I've got 4 of those pieces. And then in this box right here, we got what looks to be the end caps. These are made out of plastic, and this will be the piece that's going to cover up the part that inserts into the Cybertruck. And they have a lock so that you'll be able to lock these and nobody can remove them. And they sent some tools. It's like a Torx driver and some screws. They also send a trim tool, which we'll probably need. And these are the pieces that go under the plastic. And I don't exactly know how this fits yet. It looks like it's going to go like that. But this again is very highly CNC'd. This may be casted, but either way, it's very high quality aluminum, and I'm assuming it's aluminum. It's light, and it's got a really good finish to it. So, really impressed with the quality. So, looks like we got all the pieces we need. Let's get started putting these in and see what they look like. Okay, so it's the next day. It was a little cold yesterday, and I thought I would just wait till we had some warmer weather. We're in the mid-60s today, so I'm out here working on this. And it looks like the first step is to take these 2 pieces and slide them together. And there's 2 holes that you have to line up and put some screws in. So let's just get that done. I've got my torque here, and I got my instructions, and I'm going to look and see which screws go in. I think they're up pretty much all the same size. I've got to put a washer in there. So let me jump to that. So one thing really cool about the Cybertruck, I was able to use the tailgate here to separate all of the different screw bits and bolts and washers and whatnot that I'll be needing for this project, and that way I can keep them organized better. So let's get started putting these 2 screws in, the initial piece here. All right, so we're going to take one of these screws, we're going to put a washer, and got to make sure I get the right size here. And then we're going to put that in the first hole. Screw that one in. Well, it doesn't seem to be going in. Let me check and see. I've got it lined up with the hole. Okay, so originally I think I had the wrong size screw. The instructions does not really make it clear which size screw that you should use, but there is these short screws that are really fat, and that's the one I think it needs to be used in this process. So I have switched over to those, and they seem to be going in really good now. So now I'm taking these real tiny screws right here and putting in this little plastic end cap piece that goes in between these two sliding pieces. It's just more like a finishing piece to finish it off. And one thing they say in the instructions here, and I've found out the hard way to abide by these instructions, is to not to tighten everything down yet, because there's a lot of little things like this plastic piece that if you go ahead and tighten these bolts, these screws down right here, this is not going to slide into place just yet. So gonna get everything just loosely screwed in, and then at some point we'll tighten it down, and I'll probably switch to my own torque drivers instead of these little things they send right here, so I can get more grip, more torque on the torque, so to speak. All right, so I got this piece together. As you can see, it expands when it goes up here. Part of this expansion is for, I think, if you putting these on the glass roof as opposed to putting them across the bed, the distance, the width will be slightly more narrow, so you'll want something that can slide in. But also it's good for like just storage. You know, you can make these smaller, they'll fit better in a storage area. So anyway, the next step is to take this piece right here on the end, and it's gonna screw into here, and let me figure out exactly how that's gonna go. It's gonna go like this, and let's get the screws in there. One thing that's real important to note is when you go to put these ends on, they're labeled right and left. This has an R stamped in it, and it's important that you get the right one on there, because these things, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's angled. So we'll put that in, and this uses a slightly more narrow or thinner but longer screw, and there's two of them goes in the end here. So let me just get those screwed in. All right, so I got the right side on. Now I'm going to put the left side. Just grab one of the screws here. I'm using my own torque drivers now. They're longer. I can get them in faster. And so I'll just get these screwed in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the next step is to get this rubber piece put on the base of the foot, so to speak. And see if I can get this in here. All right, got that one in. We just turn it around here. We'll get one on the other side. All right, there we go. So now we're just going to go back to our instructions here, and it looks like the next step maybe is going to be putting on the bracket that these attached to. Okay, so the next step, we're going to go back here on the sail of the bed and open this little door, and we're going to take this bracket. This one is labeled right, and this is the right side of the vehicle, so we're going to drop that in there. Then we're going to take these little nuts, and they will go on each side of this, and they will just screw right on. And hopefully you don't lose one like I just did there. I'll have to see if I can get that out. So if we get this one on this side. All right, let me work on that. So they didn't seem to include a socket driver with this kit, but I've got one here. It's on a screwdriver, and the 10mm seems to fit nicely. So let me see if I can get this screwed on here with this socket wrench. Yeah, it looks like it's going on. And then I will go to the other side. Now be careful, you want to be careful not to lose this nut like I did the first one, because it doesn't seem like I can get it. It seems like this goes into an abyss if it falls in this hole. So I think I've lost one of the nuts. And there goes nut number 2. Hopefully they included some extra nuts in the package. And but I'm going to get the camera out of the way and see if I can work on this. I'll be back. Okay, so I was able to get those 2 in. One thing I do like about this setup is you can take these off and close the door back with the that adapter in there if you want to take them off. So let me get the other side done and I'll be right back. And I should be ready to put this in place. So let me get each side in here. Okay, then we just take this bolt, and it looks like it uses a T30. I'm going to use the included T30, and this just goes right in here. Put a washer in as well. It doesn't seem to be catching. Let me go try one on the other side. So we got T30. We got the bolt, large size screw. Let me see if I can get this one in on this other side. I was able to get this one to catch. So I'm not going to tighten it down real tight, super tight. Let me go look at the other one again, see if I can get it. All right, I got it lined up over the hole, so it should be going in there. Let me try a different screw here. All right, so I got a different screw here. See if this one will catch. Not getting this one to catch either. So pretty sure it's in the right place. Okay, there we go. Got it to catch that time. I think it's just barely going in the hole. I don't know. Thing's very sturdy, very stout. I like that. So the next steps to finish it off basically involve just putting some, tighten down the screws in the middle here. There's some rubber pieces that I have to put, and then we'll finish it off by putting the end caps with the locks on, so it'll go on like this, and that's the wrong side. Let me put that one on this side. Yeah, because these are angled just like the metal pieces that go on here. And then you lock this to get it to stay in place. And let me take one for the right side. Put it on. I think I grabbed the wrong one again. These are not labeled that I can tell. Oh yeah, it is. I see now. That was left. And so that's not going in exactly like I want it to. It may, you know what, it may be locked. I think it is. I think I need to take the key and turn it to the unlock position. There we go. Now I can, okay, that's it. All right, so you basically want to get it started, and then you can just go down the line here and work it in. And it's not too difficult. I thought at first this was going to be one of the hardest parts of doing this, but then when I got up high and over top of it and used my thumb, see, it's pretty easy to get it in there. You just have to use your thumb and press down straight down from the top. Get both sides. And just about at the end here. All right, there we go. Now I will get the other side done in the metal. We should be finished up. Okay, so I'll be able to get this other one done pretty quickly, but because I lost 2 of the nuts on my first attempt, they didn't include any extras, so I'm going to put just 1 nut on each side. They really should include some extra nuts in the package, as well as probably some extra screws and whatnot. So this is what the first one looks like all finished. Looks really nice. And let me get the other one on there and we'll see what the finished product looks like. Okay, so one tip I found I'm going to show you. If you go ahead and put the rubber in before you put this end cap on, you can slide it in place without having to use your thumb to push it in place. And let's see, I had it started just a minute ago. Get it started again. All right, look at there. The other side had a little more resistance, and I had to just push it a little bit at a time like I'm having to do now on this side. But just a little tip I found, getting that rubber piece in there a little bit easier. All right, be right back when I'm almost done with everything, guys. All right, so here we go, the finished product. Test Studios crossbars. Got them installed on the bed. And let's just go take some close-up pictures, what it looks like. right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the Test Studios crossbars. Tesla sells these on their website for $800, but you can buy the Test Studio version for only $250. And in addition to that, I have a coupon code, Kingsmore, you can use to get an even bigger discount. So just look for a link to these in the description as well as the coupon code. And we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Peace.